Hey everyone, Emily here, and I'm back again to do another video. Today's topic is how to deliver instructions. There's a lot of different ways to deliver instructions, so today in the video I'm going to highlight each one, talk about the pros, cons, and considerations of each, and I hope that it's helpful for you to consider these when deciding what type to use for your child. Every child has a unique learning history, so what is good for one child might not be good for another, so that's why I hope this video is helpful to you so you can pick which one. First type of instruction we're going to talk about is vocal instruction. Right off the bat, a pro of vocal instruction is the convenience of it. You can use it anytime, anywhere. It doesn't require you to create any materials with it because you're just using your vocal speech. So that is definitely a big pro, and it's definitely the most commonly used. Con of vocal instruction depends on your learner. If you have a learner that does better with visuals than auditory feedback, then using vocal instruction all the time might not be the best method. Another con might depend on if your learner is attention maintained or not. If they are, then vocal instruction might not be the best just because you're delivering a lot of intention in the way in which you have to look at them or you're speaking at them, so that might not be the best way to ensure that they're going to comply with the task in a timely fashion. Some things to consider when giving vocal instruction is the word choice you're using, the amount of words, and your tone of voice. When giving instruction, you really want to make sure that the learner has a history of that word so that they understand what you're asking of them. For example, if you've always told a learner to stand up, the time you tell them to get up, they might not understand what that means, so what might appear as them not doing the task and being non-compliant is really just them not understanding. So it's really important to be consistent with your word choice, or it's important to be patient if you're teaching them different words for the same action. Another thing to consider is the amount of words you're using. Too wordy of descriptions is confusing for anybody, so be sure to keep your instructions clear and concise at all times. Also, be sure to consider the tone of voice you're giving your instructions. If you're using too soft of a tone, they might not hear you. If you're using too loud of a tone, that might be aversive and might cause them to shut down or shy away from you. If you're using a tone of voice they're unfamiliar with, similar to word choice, they might not understand it, so you want to be consistent with your tone of voice or be patient when you're teaching them other tones of voices for the same action or instruction. Now we're going to talk about visual instructions. There's a few different types of visual instructions. Those could be photographs, icons that might be similar to their AAC system, or objects. Some pros of visual instruction is that some of our learners do better with visuals, and seeing it can be really beneficial to them understanding what you want. It can strengthen their communication skills because you are pairing the words with the action that you want them to do. And some cons of visual instruction are that you have to take the time to make the materials, which can be time consuming. They might not always be accessible, so if you're in one room and the materials are in the other, then it doesn't do you very much good. Some other cons is that it also takes time to pair the object, picture, or icon with meaning. So initially, just having patience and teaching this skill is going to be really, really important for your child. Now, the last type of instruction is our physical instruction, which might be gesturing or using sign language. Some pros of this is that it's really easy to do and always accessible. You can always use your hands to point or sign. Some cons are that you have to take time initially to teach your child to understand that pointing and sign language are associated with meaning. And some considerations for both physical and visual instructions that I have yet to mention is the fact that you can divert your attention easily when delivering this type of instruction. So you can divert your eye contact if you're signing at the child or if you're showing them a picture of what you want them to do, which, like I said earlier, can be really great for any children that are attention maintained. And those are just the basics of some types of instruction. I hope that this is helpful when you're giving instructions to your learners at home. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and have a great day.